Hey guys, it's Jeremy here, Metal Music Meltdown, back with another video. What have you today, guys? We're diving into another year of the top 10 albums of each year. I just did 2004 not too long ago, like 3 or 4 days ago. I really wanted to jump into the next year and do tackle another year. So we're up to 2005. If you're new to the channel, definitely check out my playlist. I have them grouped by decade on my top albums of each year, going back all the way to 1970. So there's over 34 of them up there so far to check out. And let's jump right in, guys, to 2005. Pretty solid year for metal. Some definitely iconic albums, some of my all-time favorites from certain bands, and some decent ones as well that made it kind of the bottom of the list, but definitely some really good ones at the top. So let's jump right in. At number 10, I went with Rosen Rot by Ramstein. Fucking love Ramstein, really distinct band, really unique sound. No one else sounds like them at all. I don't mind that they sing in German, doesn't really take away from it at all. Love the musicianship, love the way this music plays, and all their albums are pretty solid. This isn't one of my favorite by them, that's why it's only at number 10, but still a pretty solid album. At number 9, I went with Kezia by Protest the Hero. Debut band from the Canadian progressive metal band. Love this Canadian band, really good stuff. Was introduced to these guys at a festival one time. Loved them live. I bought a few of their CDs on the spot and really enjoyed them. And I bought up most of their stuff over the years. Really good band. At number 8, I have Judas Priest with Angel of Retribution. This was the return of Rob Halford after the Ripper albums. It's a pretty solid album, pretty good stuff. Definitely not my favorite Priest album, but it's got some good songs on there. Judas Rising, Revolution, Demonizer. Some pretty solid tracks, pretty solid record overall. At number 7, I went with Black Label Society and Mafia. Really like this band's sound. They have a really kind of unique sound, kind of southern, sleazy, hard rock, but kind of metal at the same time. Great riffs by Zakk Wylde, of course. His vocals are very kind of southern rock sounding. Has a lot of grit to his voice. I love In This River on this album. It's a really soft song, and I think it's an homage to Dimebag. Rest in peace, brother. But I like this album. It's really solid, and I've always liked most of Black Label's stuff. At number 6, I went Dark Tranquility's Character. Great melodic death metal band. This is their 7th studio album overall. Again, not my favorite from them, but a really solid album, top to bottom. Michael Stahn's vocals are really, really good. He's got some really killer death growls, and his clean vocals are really insane. He didn't really do them as much on the older stuff, but on the newer albums, I really enjoy his clean vocals. They're really nice. At number 5, I went with the 3rd studio album called Bless Black Wings from High on Fire. Really like this band. They're like stoner sludge metal, really cool sound, deep riffs. The lead singer, Matt Pike, is kind of like a reincarnation of, not a reincarnation, but this generation's Lemmy. He just oozes like rock star, and he's all about the riffs, and he just reminds me of a slightly younger version of Lemmy. Really good band, I like all their stuff, and this is a really solid album. Number 4, one of my favorite thrash bands of all time, Exodus, with their 7th studio album, Shovel-Headed Kill Machine. I really enjoyed this album. It's the first one that had Rob Dukes on vocals. Overall, most people like Zetro and stuff, but I really like the Rob Dukes era. They're super heavy, the production's really crushing, and I really think there's some of their best material is when Rob Dukes was on it. And I came into Exodus really late for some reason. I got into Slayer, Megadeth, Metallica in like the early mid-90s, but for some reason, Exodus, I didn't really get into them until like the 2000s for some reason. They were off my radar, but I love them. Probably my 2nd favorite thrash band of all time, and this is a really solid album. Number 3, we have the mighty Gojira, iconic and most popular album from Mars to Sirius. Definitely one of my favorite albums by them. I got into these guys much later too, and they're much in the last of course, I didn't get into Gojira until like 2 or 3 albums ago, to be honest. And I went back and bought up as much of their catalog as I could. Got my hands on this one right away, and it's just a banger of an album. Really great riffs, great vocals. Killer songs on this one, just a must-have in any collection. One of my all-time favorite bands. Next one, at number 2, I have the Mighty Children of Bodom with Are You Dead Yet? I think this was my introduction to the band. It's always stuck with me. It's probably my favorite album by them, if not top 3 for sure. Always really love this album with Trash, Lost, and Strung Out. The title track is really good. Living Deadbeat. Just some really good songs in here. Alexi's vocals are great. Really underrated guitar player too. He shreds like crazy. Just a beast of an album. Always loved Children of Bodom. Was big into them going through my metal journey. And I've always loved their material. And number 1 had to be my favorite band, Opeth, Ghost Reveries, fucking masterpiece. 8th studio album, the Swedish progressive death metal gods. And I can't say what more I can say with this band. They're always almost my number 1 every time they have an album, especially in this era. Just killer stuff. It's always a journey with these guys. Ghost of Perdition's a monster song. The Grand Conjuration is a monster song as well. This album is just perfect. 10 out of 10 album. If you haven't heard Opeth, definitely check them out. It's always a journey every time you listen to them. And it's been my favorite band for quite a while now. I just love this album. So thanks guys for watching. Let me know down below your picks for 2005. I know there's some I probably overlooked that people might put in here. But these are the ones I kind of listened to probably the most over the years. And I've kind of been into. But yeah, stay tuned for 2006 in the next week or two, guys. And until next time, keep it metal.